Welcome to the Tuesday podcast.
I had a question for you. When I asked this question to myself, I didn't know the answer.
Really? Yep, you're good.
Do you know when midlife technically starts? When they talk about like midlife,
I think it's when it's over the hill.
what's that?
Stop it. We've been through this.
No. What's over the hill? What
40.
age?
40.
40.
40's over the hill. I can't believe, I asked our parents' age and they
over
all
the
knew.
hill would be like you go up the hill and then you go down the hill.
Yeah, so
It's kind of depressing.
so you raised to 40 because I guess maybe back in the day, 80 was like,
halfway.
yeah.
Oh my God, there's this woman on Instagram who's 75.
Yeah.
I have to send her to you. She's unbelievable. I'm like, this is Natalie, except she works out a lot. But she wears pink and nails and long.
Sorry,
and
but that's 35
cocktails.
years from now. I could be working out in 20 years and I'd still have 15 years to catch up to her.
Exactly. So I said,
What is it?
okay, no, it starts around 40, but the problem is it's beginning to get muddled because
People are living longer.
people are living longer. But then they said midlife actually is defined as when things collide. It's not a birthday. It's not a phase. Your energy shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Your body changes.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents age
Mm-hmm.
or pass away. Your kids need you less or differently. And the I did everything right, so why do I feel off moment hits. This tends to land between late 30s and mid 50s. You're so
Oh, that's a big window.
Yeah, because I guess everyone Angel.
Yeah.
I guess everyone has kids at different times.
Yeah.
So, I thought to myself, if I was to ask you a question, well, I guess because it feels confusing now. Like we said, people live longer. No one's retiring. Parenting timelines have changed because they don't leave the house.
And they say men, at that time of midlife, women are going through different things. They're probably also going through perimenopause, which they didn't used to talk about back then, but then men have midlife crises. So they get,
I don't know if they have them anymore.
I
I haven't heard of someone having one in a long time.
I feel like it's
I feel like women just now are the ones who are like, I'm sick of this shit. Like the men, it's more about
no, but don't they get fancy cars and they think they're cool all of a sudden? They're like, what happened to my dad? He thinks he's the man.
Well,
now.
what age is that at?
Well, it's whenever his midlife is. So I would say that the people that we know that nest, so they're divorced, but they live in the same house.
Yeah.
But that man goes and lives sort of like a 30-year-old at bars with girls and stuff.
Okay.
So it's it's things hit the craziness of new marriage and young children, all that is worn off. And now he's ready to go back.
Okay. So they broke it down. So midlife today starts earlier mentally, even if physically it doesn't. So my producer, ChatGPT baby, which I ask, I'm very good at asking not what I want, but to pull from different sources. Late 30s to early 40s, which is, I feel like,
Which is what it used to be.
no, this is the phase that you go through them, but I can't remember late 30s. Everything feels like a blur from the kids not being babies anymore. If you told me to go back and think about what I did at 39, not a clue. How did I feel? Not a clue. Kind of wish I journaled. Not really. But in the late 30s, it's the questioning phase. You're restless and your confidence wobbles. Now, I wonder if that's because you're like, what's next? Your kids get a bit older and you're like, they're no longer babies.
Yeah, it's sort of like you had a job and whether or not a lot of people felt really good in their job and their job's taken away from them. And so what is going to bring me satisfaction and make reward me, you know what I mean? And make me feel good. So if I don't have that, then I feel where's my confidence? Where do I get my confidence from?
And I guess you don't have time to think when your kids are little.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get a bit older and because a lot of people, their kids go to school.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're like, what the fuck is my job now?
Mm-hmm.
So they begin to, I don't think I ever went through that. The first time I went through that was when Olivia turned 1. She turned 1 and it was right around September. And I used to work in the school board. So when everyone was going back to school, I used to have summers off. And then when everyone goes back to school, you had such purpose and you felt like, whoa, everyone's going back to school. I feel like,
and we were home.
And I wasn't going.
And it's also not like our 1-year-olds were we were preparing them to go off to daycare, go off to school.
No,
whereas
I was
a lot of
going, I
people
was staying
had
with
that.
them. So everyone's getting ready to go back to school.
And ours was staying the same.
You can feel the energy. And I remember feeling like,
Mhm.
What am I doing?
Mm.
Because I could feel the energy and I didn't get to do that energy that year before I was having a baby.
Well, I was pregnant.
You weren't here, I don't think. I think you had moved for a second.
Yeah. Oh,
When
yeah. No,
Olivia
when
was
Taylor was 1, I was here, but I was pregnant.
but Olivia, oh, right, but in September, that's September.
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh my
Mm.
god." And I would say that was the moment where I felt like everything had shifted and I didn't know what I was doing. Like I was a
Mhm.
mom, but then I'm like, "But now what?"
I know.
Like I'm a mom, but am I just going for walks?
Yeah. And then we took momming very like then we really dove into being
Sorry.
moms. Wow. Then we really dove into mom. Like we dove in because we were going to dive into like
I wouldn't say it was fulfilling. I would say I loved it.
mhm.
I would say I was good at my job, but
Mhm.
I did feel a bit lost at that. I mean, so did you.
Mhm.
You're looking for a million businesses to do. Like we were just kind of like, this is great.
Mhm.
We wanted jobs within the day. And that's
Mhm.
why I think we were so good at what we did. Not just patting myself on the back, but that's why it was like everything was like
A job.
timed and
Yeah.
planned and for us more to
Yeah.
like give us
Oh
purpose.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're just sort of like, and I could not do, I needed
No.
to know what was happening in my day.
Yes.
So kind of crazy. So
Like
that was my, I would say, like flailing
mm,
moment. The more you have, the less you can think.
mhm.
But when you just have one,
Mhm.
okay, now what do I do? Like I would go to gym break, shouldn't even walk.
I know that was so
I'm like, I'm
crazy.
just gonna go do this, so at least I have something to do today. Otherwise, you wake up and you have this thing, this
I
baby.
also felt so, like, rushed to, like, make her move on to the next phase, like, I wanted her to
Oh yeah,
walk so
I
badly
remember.
that I bought walking wings. Nobody I knew had walking wings, but they're these things you put as a brace on your kids so you can get them in the walking position. Because I was tired of crawling, like, she'd been crawling for too long. By the way, she walked at
At 9 months,
yeah, like, she walked
she
really
looked so
early,
tiny walking.
but I was like, "Come on, let's go," like, I'm ready for the next thing,
I
like
feel like that's with firstborns. That's
mhm,
why they're a little more psychotic because we're like, let's
mhm,
go.
let's go.
Let's see what's next.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That's why I like I really and I can't say that I spend a ton of time with people with babies, but a lot of people that I talk to lately that have babies, they seem like like my siblings they seem a lot of them seem really like actually not like a bunch of them, let's say. I don't know. I only really talk to you, so who knows. But like they seem calm in it. Like and they go like
I bet we would too.
and they go I got really lucky. I got a really good baby.
For
Like
now.
I never remember thinking to myself, I got really lucky. I got
Do
a
they all
really
go
easy
back to
baby.
does anyone stay home?
No.
There you go.
So they know their time is limited and that it'll end. So they're still like
I don't
embracing
know.
that.
I
Yeah.
just think there is something different to the abyss of endless days
Yeah.
and structure. We talked about it on the podcast on
Mm-hmm.
Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Like the structure of or like it's next Monday it comes out, but the structure of why we need that and why
Mm-hmm.
kids are flailing. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you have nothing,
Oh gosh. Don't you think I had a conversation with my kids yesterday? Because we were just talking about the things and I was like, my son said that this is random conversation, but along the lines of what we were talking about, that this kid takes the bus. And this other kid in the class said, "Well, why don't your parents drop you off on the way to work at school?" And he's like, "Well, my mom doesn't work and my dad goes the other direction." He goes, and my son is like, he literally was mind boggled. He's like, "Wait, if your mom doesn't work, why doesn't she drop you off at school?" And he's like, "Because she wants me to take the bus." And then they find out that at 9 o'clock, every single day she goes somewhere, which is right beside the school. So then the guy's like, "Well, why couldn't she just drop you off half an hour earlier and then just wait for 9 o'clock and go to her thing?" He's like, "Because my mom wants me to take the bus." And he was like, and my son was looking at him and he could just see how mind
he
boggled
was
he
like,
was.
"But why?"
Why wouldn't she drive you if she could? And you can tell in that situation that mom is intentionally doing it because she is going there.
Yeah, yeah.
But she's
Oh, yeah.
also like, this is my schedule and my day. If I need you there at 9 o'clock and not 8:30, that's what I'm going to do. And so then we launched into the conversation because I'm like, I hope that you don't look back on me not driving you and doing things like, because sometimes you're like, oh, it's because you just don't want to leave the house or because you're lazy. I'm like, I hope you know that well, obviously I don't want to, but part of it is intentional.
Well, yeah, because otherwise you're reliant on me.
Exactly.
Kids
If I
are
do it once and I
reliant
do it
on
all the
me.
time. Oh, and so and I'm like, I just want you to know, like, I hope that when you mature, I hope that deep inside yourself, you know that I'm doing that because there's a lot of things I do for you. The least I can do make you transport yourself. That's something that
So
is
say
easy
thank
for
you.
me.
Well, yeah, and also you're welcome to learn it. I have the next phase, and I want to know if you think about this as the same thing. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come right back. Early to mid 40s. This is right in what you're saying. The shedding phase, less tolerant, more clarity, like just sort of like a relief of not really giving a fuck anymore. Less of a fuck. Probably still give some fucks, but less of a fuck. And you're just kind of like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you. I don't have time for this. You just less tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do feel like it comes back in some ways that you feel like more dialed. I guess when you shift to take care of your parents, your like
Mm.
tolerance has to change and your patience have to change, but you have less tolerance for the stupid things in your life.
It's like I always say, it's like perspective, right? So, like
I
if
guess it
you're
is
if you're
perspective.
dealing with your parents getting old and you're having to take care of them, the little things that you thought were such a big deal, you realize now are not so much of a big deal. But you can never tell somebody that they have to go through it to feel it.
Oh yeah, you
Like
can tell no one you
perspective is earned.
oh,
It's
you
time.
cannot tell it and you cannot give perspective.
Mm-mm.
All you can do is offer your insights to
Mm-hmm.
what you think.
Mm-hmm.
They may hear it, they may not, then eventually they may hear it 5 years later and be like, "Oh, I know exactly what
Yeah.
he's talking about."
That's just like, people love to hear like interviews from like elderly people, like because they have such perspective. When you're mature enough and you're an adult and you listen to old people,
I know.
it's like because we're mature enough to understand that they have perspective. Whereas our kids are like, what do you know? We're like, we know, old people. And then they say it. It's like, oh, like it's so interesting to hear what mattered to you.
Yeah, yeah, and the new one is my kids are like, "Oh, you know me best." Like, kinda like eye roll, and I'm like, "Kinda do. Lived with you my whole life." I said, "I don't know your inner workings, kinda do, but I'm the one person who can look strategically at you with wanting nothing back from you.
Hmm.
I have nothing invested I get nothing from helping you other
Hmm.
than because I'm a mom, I love you. Like,
Hmm.
there's nothing
Mm-mm.
I'm the only neutral person in your life who
Hmm.
isn't looking for an exchange of some kind.
I get like, oh, because mom's obviously the smartest.
And that's not that. It's I grew you.
Uh,
You lived in me.
oh, because you would know, mom.
Yes, I do. And one day you'll be like, "Oh, fuck, that lady's
She
right.
knew. She knew.
That lady's right. Damn that lady."
Hmm.
They also say that in late 40s to 50s, ownership phase, boundaries, fewer apologies, a quieter confidence. I agree with that one. I think you pick your struggles and your battles.
Hmm.
I feel like that shift in our relationships too. Like you're like, it's not worth the battle. All
Hmm.
right, sure. Like the battles become less because you begin to be able to let go of more.
Yeah, and you're not trying to prove so much anymore, and you're not trying to. I
You're
feel like,
tired.
and I'm thinking not even just about us, but some people like before that they're still like trying to prove to the world like I have a successful family, I am a successful woman, I have done this, and it's not showing off, but it's like still needing to like prove yourself. But then and then you're like, I'm actually good with me. Like I know what I've done, I know who I am. I don't need to prove it. I can just be quietly sitting here and being like, you did a good fucking job.
It's like a baseball mitt.
Oh
You know, when they get really worked in
yeah,
and they're just
and
comfortable,
they're better.
they're just better.
Yeah.
It's like you're like that. I want that. I don't want a new baseball mitt.
No.
And I'm not talking about a vagina. I'm talking
No.
about like life. Like you're just
Yeah.
sort of like that's more comfortable than the new one. The new one's
Yeah.
stiff and
Oh
rigid.
my gosh, and it takes so long to work in a baseball glove.
We are literally like baseball gloves.
Yeah.
And if you can work yourself in, it's so
Mhm. Just
good.
make sure that you, use moisturizer on the glove to make sure it
We
stays.
do.
I know we do.
If you can take care of your life, not
Mhm.
physically, well, yes, physically, but you'll be a
Yeah.
beautiful, comfortable baseball mitt.
Yeah.
Now everyone's gonna look at a baseball mitt like I'm an
And my
old
son just got a new one
oh
yesterday.
terrible.
Oh, and then they have this wood thing, and they
You beat it.
smack it, they beat it.
Terrible.
Oh, it's so loud.
That's called life.
Oh my gosh, they're trying to rush it. That's what happens to us. That wood thing is what happens to us.
You earn a good old mitt. You know what I mean?
Can't rush through it.
God, I love being a dirty old mitt.
Me too.
Wow, we're so lucky with dirty old mitts.
Mm.
Then they say that at the 60s, it's actually not midlife.
Mhm.
That's I know who I am territory, and I don't give a fuck about you. I hope that's where everyone gets to. I hope. That'd be
Mhm.
great if you could
Mhm.
just be I don't think everyone gets there.
I don't think so either.
I hope people do, though. I hope that that's where people end up.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT, our producer, says midlife isn't about being halfway to death. It's about being done pretending.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're so midlife is when you're done pretending.
Yeah. You just like, screw it. I'm done pretending to be what everyone wants me to be. This is
Yeah.
who I am. Do you like it? I don't care. Do you like chat? That was a great one, chat.
Well, I was,
Oh, I've got one more.
I always joke that my husband and I have been together like
30 years.
23 years, but
40
married
at this
for
point.
20.
Might as well just round up.
We just
Your
didn't,
whole lives.
we didn't date very long before. And I swear this morning I had a conversation with him. We even brought Kat into it. I swear he does not know me.
He's just literal. He can't read between the lines. I'm like, Mark, what she means is, and you're like, exactly. I was like, that's all it is. It's not literal.
And I find it so charming. And he finds it confusing.
I know. Just say it's a meta. It's like it's my feeling, not my fact. It's how I feel, but it's not factual. I'm not going to get that. It's like I'm just telling you how I feel with what I don't want to do,
Yeah.
but I'm fine to drive.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I grew up. Men
But
and
he
women are
was
so
being
different.
kind,
And I said, I thank you.
but you didn't understand what I was saying, and
But
that
you-
frustrates me.
Well, yeah. And also just like, really, like, when your friend can just like, you can look over and you can just,
Girl,
and they know what you're thinking. But like,
girl.
and one other thing just about this.
Poor
I think I've
Mark,
told you this before. No,
dishwasher.
I know. A lot of people would die to have him for those reasons. Is
For the dishwasher.
Yeah, for the dishwasher and the cleaning of the kitchen. When I look over at him at a restaurant or in
Yes.
public and I
Yes.
go like this. So anyways, there's like,
You have told
he
can't.
always goes, what?
I know.
20 years of reading my lips. Have you even ever looked at me? Because I can mouth something to
Well,
you.
you should tell him when we're reading lips, I can't say it out loud.
And
But I mean, your kids haven't picked that one up yet either.
I feel like only a girl.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
And there are some boys that can do it, but Mark's not that kind of a boy. He's not a boy girl.
I don't
He's
know
a
if
boy.
Hassan's that guy either.
Yeah. Yeah,
He'd
he's
be like,
still kind of
"What?"
like, what?
And you're like, no, never mind.
He's a dude. He's a kind of a dude guy too.
Even though he hung with us a lot, yeah. If someone says, I feel like I'm having a midlife crisis at 42, 47, 53, they're not dramatic. They're awake.
Oh my gosh. So turn that negative upside down and say, you are about to embark on an amazing journey.
If you feel like shit is sideways, you're just awake.
It's a fresh start. It's like you're just a baby in this new world.
It's like your mitt is just getting worked in, baby. I'm going to take a quick break and be right back. It's so weird because as we midlife, I was like, I don't think I'm midlife. And then everyone's like, perimenopause is midlife. I'm like, what?
Physically.
Halfway, that's shitty.
But I guess physically.
Physically.
Perimenopause must be physically, because then you're going into a different role. Like that part of you physically is in the past, and you're going through a metamorphosis, and you don't have to do eggs and bleeding and all that shit anymore.
I sure do. I'm bleeding.
I guess it's menopause then. We're in the transition. We're transitioning
into the next phase of
I
life.
just want to make sure that when we get our new studio, that we get a really old baseball glove.
And hang it on the wall?
Yeah, and like maybe like a pretty glass case.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that for us too. It will be like the metaphor of the mitt.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone knows exactly. If you don't play baseball, you don't know.
We can tell you all
but
about
I feel
it.
like everybody would know.
And I think a lot of men's mitts are still pretty stiff.
Yeah.
I
kind of get what you mean by that. Yeah. You got to be hit a lot.
Yep.
And used a lot.
Yeah.
And life throws it at you.
And it's got to be a mom, because those kids beat us up in every direction at all times, coming from everywhere.
In a good way.
Of course.
It's like I think that the tricky thing with aging is it happens, but it's like you don't know it's happening, but it's happening because your kids, when you see someone who you went to like preschool with and then you see them and you're like, it's like our kids aged, but we didn't, but obviously we did. So it's like you think they're still 3. You're like, how old? And like, they're 19 and you're like, pardon?
My brother texted me about somebody that we used to know. Somebody that I used to know. And I have looked him up before and I've tried to find him. And then my brother tried to find him, and then all of a sudden it just clicked how I could find him. Obviously, perplexity.
Obviously.
And I saw him and I was like, it's so weird because the last time I saw him with my eyes, he was probably 18.
Did he look older
He
to
looked,
you?
yeah, but I could see his face in there. But yes, he looked like a grown ass man. And I'm so curious to see like what he has become because he's become really successful, but he moved here speaking no English when he was like 14. And Adam Sandler taught him how to speak English. Anyways, but yeah, it's so weird. It's like, it's so weird seeing someone that you used to know that's turned into a grown up.
I think that's most people. Like when you see the mom and you're like, oh my God, I know your kid and now your kid's a grown up, but like you don't think you age, just the kids
But I,
aged.
but, but when I see like, when I went to,
We just saw someone who we went to preschool with. I don't feel like they aged, but we did by a lot of years. Hockey stick thing.
yeah, she looks the same to me.
Point being, but we probably don't.
Really?
This is the thing. I don't know.
Like I know the kids change a lot. Like I saw someone at dance and I was like, whoa, in a year that went from a girl to a woman. But the mom looks the same to me.
I know, but they're not.
So why don't we see that?
I don't know.
Oh, weird.
And I have one last question for you guys all to answer before we have to go. I've been thinking about it every single night and I don't have the answer and I should Google it, but let's do this. Why, when someone's snoring, it wakes the other person up, but not them, the snorer?
Twice last night.
But why? Why can't they? So it's a noise.
You know, it probably is like relaxing to them, that the purr of it.
It's just so weird to me.
I
It's like,
know.
it would be
It's
like,
closer to their face than ours.
it's inside their head. So I'm like, why don't you wake yourself up snoring? But I am woken up by snoring.
Yeah.
That always confuses
That
me.
is really weird.
Because if I'm in a sleep and I hear you,
Yeah.
why do you not hear you?
Yeah. Why aren't you waking yourself up? And sometimes it gets really loud.
Like that's what's weird.
That is a weird one.
I know.
Yeah.
Because it is a noise.
Mhm.
If you drop a phone, someone's usually going to wake up and hear that you dropped something.
Mhm.
Do you get up to go pee? Like if there's something in the movement. So there's got to be a doctor who has an answer for me
Oh,
on
I'm
that.
sure we could just chat it and it would tell us.
Yeah, I've always thought of that.
Yeah,
Why doesn't a snorer wake themselves up, but
Yeah.
it wakes everybody else up? And the really, like, I'm talking the loud ones, like the ones who you can hear from another room.
Mhm. I know. That
I'm
vibrate the walls.
I'm like, you are snoring so loud.
How could that not wake you up?
Unbeknownst to me. Bye, y'all. Oh, wait. This is Cat and Nat.
Signing off.
I love we say, this is Cat and Nat. Cat and Nat.
Cotton
It was just Cat and Nat signing off.
Um,
You let me know why you snore or why you don't wake yourself up snoring.
from 2 baseball mitts.
Oh, dirty mitts. Love the 2 dirty mitts. Oh, shit. Are we live? Wait, Natalie? Oh, stop.